Hello, my name is Stuart and welcome to Your English Web. Today with a business English lesson, and today we are looking at words that we use when we are describing graphs in English, okay? Now we could also use a lot of these words when we're describing stock markets or currency markets as well, but we're going to have the main focus here is describing graphs because a lot of you probably need to prepare presentations for work and graphs often come into play, and you need to have that extra vocabulary needed in order to describe exactly the trends of your business performance. Now, firstly, today we are going to look at the verbs that we use when we talk about upward movements on graphs. Now, the verbs that we have are to go up, to take off, to shoot up, to increase, to rise, to grow, to soar, to jump, and to rocket. Now, all of those verbs here are used when we talk about upward movements on a graph. So we would say, for example, that sales last month went up, they took off, they shot up, they increased, they rose, they grew, they soared, they jumped, and they rocketed, with the extreme being to rocket, okay, meaning to go up very quickly. Also, we use nouns when we're describing a graph. For example, we talk about an increase in sales. We talk about a rise in sales. We talk about a growth in sales. We talk about an improvement in sales, an upturn or a surge, we could also say as well. Now, on the opposite side, sometimes business doesn't go too well and we need to describe down trends on a graph. And the verbs that we use are go down, fall, drop, decline, decrease, slip, plummet, slump, shrink. So, putting it into an example, we would say that last month sales went down, sales fell, sales dropped, sales declined, sales decreased, they slipped, they plummeted, they slumped, and they shrank. The nouns that we would use to talk about the down trend on a graph would be a fall in sales, a decrease in sales, a decline, a drop, a downturn in sales. Okay, a drop and a downturn. Now, when also we talk about graphs, sometimes the level of sales, I'm talking about sales mainly here. So sales, when they reach the top and you can't think that it can grow anymore, they peak or they top out. And on the opposite scale, when they absolutely hit rock bottom, you don't think that they can get any lower, we would say they reach a low point, or they have reached the lowest point, or they have bottomed out. Now, when we're using the verbs and nouns to describe upward and downward trends, we also often use adjectives and adverbs to help us describe what is happening. So, for example, we would say a dramatic increase. A dramatic increase. So we use an adjective and a noun. A dramatic increase. A considerable decline. A sharp rise, for example. A sharp rise, we could say. We could also say a substantial decline or a substantial slump. Now, when we use adverbs, we use the adverbs with verbs, okay? So we would say dramatically, considerably, sharply, significantly, substantially, moderately, and slightly, okay? So we would use the adverbs with verbs, the adjectives with nouns. So it dramatically went up. It shot up considerably. It increased sharply. It rose significantly. It grew substantially, etc., etc. So these are the words that we use when we are talking about graphs. Now, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the lesson. Remember that if you have a comment, just please leave it below. And remember to share this video on social media, Facebook, Twitter, Google+, if you like the video. Thank you very much. Have a nice day.